Sweet dreams, huh?
How did you find?
You think you could get away from me? Goddamn filthy bum tried to get cute and pay some fixer to hide your ass away somewhere safe. But unfortunately for you, my nose is sharper than any other man's. Any other dog's, too, for that matter. Your scent, you know, the one similar to the stench of raw sewage, led me right to you. Now it's time to die.
Wait a sec. Just give me 30 seconds. I can explain.
You got 10.
Okay, there's a reason I ran away. I know that don't make it okay, but I felt real bad for selling you out to Curtis.
Your 10 seconds are up. Now go to hell. Curtis will be waiting for you.
Vengeance for my daughter. My little girl was murdered. I had to avenge her. That's why I had to stay alive.
You hear that, Mills? Yeah. Find the asshole who killed his kid. Now.
7 long years and I can't find him.
Listen, Birkin. The score is 0-0. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. You're up to bat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You're up against the wall. The next pitch decides the game. You either kill or be killed. You're late. Okay, got it.
No way.
It only takes a pro 2 seconds. Your guy is hiding out in Texas, in the middle of nowhere. This name, I've heard it before.
Travis Touchdown.
Yeah, I remember. He's the champ up above ground, huh? Nice. Kill him, and bring your daughter back. Then we're all square.
You smoking crack or what? Bring him back. Charlotte.
Don't think too much. Your brain is clogged with muscle. It'll just give you a headache.
Whoa!
This is your final ball.
Looks like my luck has changed. Shitty luck, but luck all the same. I'm gonna knock this last homer out of the goddamn park.
Don't end up getting beamed now. That's called a death ball, by the way. Now go kill Travis Touchdown.
Charlotte, we'll be seeing him soon enough. Be patient. Take one more step, and you're dead. It's too late. Die! Really fucked up now, old man. You wanna play? Let's play. Bring it, nerd. Pay your debt in blood! Hold up! Been away a long time. There's a new generation of gamers out there. Let me at least introduce myself. Travis Touchdown. You murdered my daughter. Don't pretend you've forgotten. Now quit making this shit confusing. They need to know about the most badass assassin in video games. You bastard! Quit trying to butter up the gamers! Your fight is here in the real world! Son of a bitch! Nice work, dickhead. What the shit? The Death Drive Mark II. The Phantom Game console. So this is where it's been hiding.
Alright, so with No More Heroes 3 just around the corner, I figured what better time than now to do Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. This is a spin-off title. It plays basically nothing like any of the other No More Heroes games. But story-wise, I would say it's actually quite important. It sets up quite a lot of things for No More Heroes 3. This is basically a big throwback to retro games. And usually I don't like when games do that. It always feels kind of forced and lame. Like they're trying too hard. But I think this game does it just perfectly. The intro that we saw, I think, is kind of neat. Because it is basically one big reference to Killer 7, which is one of probably the first game that Suda really got recognition for. The game did not start with that opening. It started with just the second part where Badman finds Travis. So yeah, I think that was cool that they updated that in there. Just give it a little connection between the two games. Initially, this game was shown with that one opening with Badman and Travis's trailer. And it had just kind of like placeholder voices, because initially they weren't planning on having any kind of voice acting in this game. And then people got kind of mad. People got a little upset. I was one of those people. I was a little upset that it sounded like they were replacing Robin Atkin Downes. But Suda was just like, yeah, we had no intention of having any voice acting. Those were just voices that we were going to use. And then that was just going to be the end of it. So after that, they had Robin Atkin Downes come in to do voices for Travis. He does the voices in that opening cutscene, and then just kind of gameplay voices. And Steve Bloom plays Badman, which is weird that they got an actor of his caliber to, just kind of make some grunts in the gameplay. Which, by the way, we're never going to see Badman again. I'm playing through this entirely as Travis. So it's a very strange game. I still don't quite know how I feel about it narratively. I think it's really, really strong, and I like the gameplay elements that are introduced in here. I think a lot of it I'm really excited to see return in No More Heroes 3. But I think the levels themselves can get really, really boring. Like, this level specifically is probably the worst level in the game. And it's really annoying that they start with it, because it's overly long. It's not really very fun. It's it's a tutorial level. They get you used to the game, but most of the other levels in this game have some sort of a gimmick to them. Whereas this one is just kind of like, they play it completely straight. It's just, what you see is what you get, basically. So yeah, the combat is, as you can see, kind of a top-down perspective. It's the kind of combat that you expect from a No More Heroes, but just from a completely different perspective, and it's not as involved. Even this, you're gonna see me press the L1 button a lot, right as I'm trying to recharge my beam katana, because that's the button that you use it for in the switch ports of No More Heroes 1 and 2. So I just got kind of confused. One little thing I will say about the gameplay in this that you're probably going to notice is that the game kind of stores inputs a lot. So you'll see Travis kind of attack nothing, because it's stored my input of, as I'm attacking a guy, I press the button twice instead of once, or Travis will roll an extra time because, again, I pressed the button twice instead of once, and it stored the input. But I think visually this game looks really nice, even though it's running on Unreal, which I feel like is the laziest game engine. It's just, you know, it always feels like a lot of stock assets. If you know how to use Unreal, it usually ends up being pretty good. And I would say this team probably knew how to squeeze some extra like life into Unreal, because this game does look very good. I did just get a new computer, which is why this is in 1080p and 60 frames a second again, finally. We're finally back to 60 FPS, baby. This was kind of a test to see how good this new computer is with running like the capture software. I had a few hiccups in the very beginning of this. So at I think 2 points in this video, I'm going to, like, frames are just going to start dropping, but I notice it pretty quickly, and I do fix it, so at least all the other stuff that I've recorded so far, which is the entire first level, there are no other issues. And I figured this was a game that's probably pretty easy to just, you know, replay a level if the footage gets really screwed up. So the toilets actually work a little bit different in this game than they did in the original games. If you go in here, as usual, you can save your progress. But also now, you can refill your health, which is very, very nice. Because I will say this game, I don't know if I would say it's hard or if I just play it wrong, but I find myself dying a lot more in this game than I ever did in any of the other, like, No More Heroes games. This game does have a life system, which I despise. I've had a crusade against life systems for the last, like, 15 years. I genuinely believe that they do not have any place in modern games. You know, I think games like Mario Odyssey really... See, I did it there. Games like Mario Odyssey have, you know, replaced the life system with something that I think is actually quite useful. You know, if you die, you lose coins, and the fact that coins actually do something in that game is good. So I think if this game had done something like that, like there's a level up mechanic, maybe if you die, you lose a level or something like that, would have been good. Also, I really appreciate the fact that they got Robin Downs to do the voice, not just because I like consistency and I like that they brought him back, but also in the gameplay, you know, when you're just attacking people, he'll just say, like, fuck off, or the famous quote from the first game, which he'll just start calling people fuckheads, which I quite enjoy. There's a visual novel aspect of this game, too, that I'm wondering if I don't know how I'm going to do those parts yet. I haven't recorded that yet. I might record those live and read along. Even though, you know, it's boring, you can read, but I don't know what pace to go at. Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know how I'm going to do this game. I've never played this co-op. As you can see on the side, Badman is just kind of spinning around. He gives, I guess, his input sometimes with those emojis. But yeah, I've never played this co-op. If it was online, that'd be nice, but it is not. So yeah, the death drive, the glove that Travis is wearing, you can equip different skills to it, which is a really nice mechanic, and I'm glad is returning for No More Heroes 3. I think that, gameplay-wise, is probably one of my favorite parts of this game. I just think it's very, very useful. You know, the one where you can just pick up enemies and throw them. Not only is that good to get enemies away from you, you can also hit them into other enemies. Also, thankfully, it takes way less time to charge up the Beeb Katana in this game than it does in any of the other games. Which, I gotta say, I appreciate. See, this part of the level I don't think is very interesting, I would have to say. It just... This leads into kind of a nice looking level, but this itself is not very interesting to me. And I want to say the very first time I played this, I kept dying, and I think I game overed in the first level, so I had to redo the whole thing, which I think gave me a bad impression of this. I was thinking about doing this New Game Plus, because I figured that would be kind of a cakewalk, I wouldn't have to worry about anything. But, yeah, they cut out a lot of stuff, like, I think, enemy introductions, and I think Bugstra doesn't talk to you, and I don't know if anyone else does either, so I just didn't want to chance it. I could have done, like, a horrible Frankenstein's monster of a series, and just did, like, you know, cut in the introductions and all the dialogue and stuff, but that sounds like a nightmare, and I don't want to do that. Not necessarily. Just like the other No More Heroes games, in the loading screens, if you tap the A button, get a little mini game. That sounds like it gives you, like, gold or something, so I don't know. I mean, there is a currency in this game, but I don't know if you get anything extra for it, even though it sounds like you do. I do like the enemy designs. They're very strange. Like, that guy looks like he's wearing a motion capture suit. I don't quite understand that. This game is very meta, which is what I really appreciate about it. Because I don't know if it's entirely clear, because they don't really show it in the cutscene, but Travis and Badman were sucked inside of the Death Drive, which, the Death Drive, I believe the first appearance that had was in Let It Die, which was like Suda's kind of Dark Souls-esque free-to-play game, which was very bizarre. Although it did give me one of my favorite characters in video games, Uncle Death. That guy ruled, and I would love to see him return in another game. Like, if he's in No More Heroes 3, that would be great. So yeah, I will say that the combat is pretty fun. It's a little mindless, but I enjoy it, you know, for what it is. Obviously, most people, when this game was announced, everyone was really excited, myself included. And then when the first gameplay was shown off, a lot of people were kind of like, "What is this?" So I guess it's safe to say that this isn't exactly what people wanted. To me, it still kind of feels like this was a game that Suda was about to make, and then they decided at the last minute, like, let's throw Travis in this and give people kind of a new No More Heroes game, gauge some interest. Because if it wasn't for this game, there probably wouldn't be a No More Heroes 3. Even though I think that's kind of... I don't think that's correct. I feel like they could have released No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the Switch to gauge interest, and then, you know, then announce No More Heroes 3. But I'm glad that this game exists. I think it's very fun. It's unique, and like I said, the story really is pretty special, kind of different. And it feels enough like No More Heroes that it's really not an issue. You're gonna see me do this a little bit. I'm gonna kind of check on the status of my my level up, because they don't tell you. That's one of the things that I think would be nice if the game told you. You just kind of have to check out the level up and hope that you're kind of close to leveling up, but yeah, it's just a little qualm. So yeah, the skill chips I quite enjoy. You have to find some of them. I'll probably go out of my way to find, you know, all the skill chips that there are, just because some of them make it really quite easy. They help you out quite a bit. And you know, one of the things I will say I really enjoy about this game that also looks like No More Heroes 3 is going to be bringing to the table is that it looks like I really enjoy the all the neon colors when you're hitting things and when certain things happen. I really like that, and this will be the last time that there's frames just dropping. Luckily I caught it pretty quickly, so there you go, there's that. Yeah, this also has one of the mechanics that I always hate in games. I can't think of another game that does it, but I know that there are, and I've never liked it. But, the special move that you do when you press the R button like I have available now, is worse if you get hit. So basically, if you don't get hit, you'll have, like, the rainbow 3 there at the top. But if you get hit, there it gets brought down to a 2. But, yeah, I've never liked that in any game. These are basically the same as the turlets, so I don't quite know why they're here. You know, there's not really a whole big difference. They just refill your health. Although we do get some good Travis moments whenever he visits these. I always like his voice clips. Itadakimasu. Gotta collect those coins. Love the, like, Animal Crossing speak. He sounds so angry. But yeah, it's so great, I love that. He has, like, different versions of that clip. One thing that I think everyone can agree on, this game's soundtrack absolutely rules. I feel like I'd almost be willing to say it might be the best soundtrack in the No More Heroes series. And that's really saying something. Because No More Heroes 1 and 2 both are like absolutely classic, phenomenal soundtracks. And I really feel like saying that it's difficult. It's very difficult, I must say. But this one's very, very good. As far as Travis's look, when I played No More Heroes 1 and 2, I eventually got him in a purple jacket. And the fact that he's in one from the start in this one means it is, by default, Travis's best look. And I'm very disappointed that they're going back to the red jacket in No More Heroes 3. But I'm hoping that, like the other games, you can you know, customize Travis's look. And I'm hoping that I can bring the purple jacket back, baby. But yeah, this game also has some absolutely incredible artwork. Like, the very first thing that they showed of this game at the Switch presentation, I think it was the day that the Switch got announced, or, like, fully shown off, Suda came out and was like, hey, Travis is back. And there's that really great picture of Travis. There's really, really genuinely great artwork in this game. Some of the best in the series. So we are wrapping it up for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you stick around. This is an interesting game. You know, if anything, just for the ties to No More Heroes 3, I'd say stick around. So I'll see you in the next video where we explore more of this first level, which again, unfortunately, is probably the worst level, the most boring, nothing level in the game. So we're going to level up real quick, which does, you know, it gives you more health, more, I think, attack power. It changes, I think, each time. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next one.